Hey everybody, Elliot and Melissa's story. I want to talk today how so important it is and how your environment influences your success. And so Melissa's story, she is a professional organizer, declutterer, helps people organize their spaces, their home office, their home as well for lots of things, greater productivity, simplifying things as well, and helping you get things done because things are simplified. So welcome, Melissa.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Pleasure to have you. So we're going to talk today about how your environment influences your success. And because and as you all know, I'm a big mindset guy, and I think mindset is absolutely key and is very, very important in having the right mindset, right? And a powerful mindset. And I also want to talk today, and that's why I was excited to have Melissa here, is your environment, whether it's people, places, things, the physical space around you can impact you greatly. Your physical environment can motivate you and lift you up, or if it's a place you've had a lot of failures or negative experiences or negative things happen, it can bring you down. So let's say your office is a place, when you started your business, you had a lot of failure or things didn't work right. Your office can actually be literally a place that anchors, these bad feelings or failure or whatever it reminds you of. So changing that and having your office or your power space, your workspace, your thinking space, finding ways to anchor that and of course declutter, especially the stuff that isn't working, that is just distracting you or getting you in your way, I think is powerful, and helps you declutter not only your office but your mind. So Melissa, I'd love for you to share, what have you found when people have a cluttered environment, a home or home office, how that affects them, and how have you found that environment can affect people's productivity, their mood, their mindset? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, please.
Absolutely. So I actually think mindset has a huge role to play in the clutter that can kind of take over our space. So first of all, by choosing to have only stuff in your workspace that inspires you, that motivates you, that's one really great way to kind of help figure out when we talk about what you want to keep in your space, it comes down to values and priorities. So basically, if you choose to keep things in your space that help you achieve your greatest priorities and help you kind of, if they align with your core values, then that really will help you to increase your productivity, your focus, and will really cause less distraction. When there's stuff in your space that distracts you, that doesn't align with your values or your current priorities, then it can be really distracting. So for example, if you leave dirty dishes, if you leave paperwork, in your space and it's within your immediate kind of peripherals, then that's going to regularly distract you from, the things you're trying to achieve. So yeah.
Fair point. Okay. Yeah, because there's a saying I've heard, I'm sure you've heard it too. A messy desk or a cluttered desk represents a messy mind or a cluttered mind. And it's interesting. And I even experienced that years ago till I decluttered my space and decluttered my mind as well. Did you find that rule holds true? That I guess is a saying. I don't know where it's from, but do you find that holds true as well?
So sorry.
Just regarding if there's a messy office or a messy workspace, it can reflect a messy mind or a cluttered mind.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So again, like stuff is actually been proven to, if it's kind of within your immediate visuals when you're trying to do work or whatever you're doing, even if you're like meditating or something, it can really distract you because your mind is it's cluttered, it's distracted, and it's unable to focus on the actual, it almost forgets you kind of forget your priorities because you're so busy thinking about, oh, you know what, I really need to get through that paperwork, or I really need to, manage whatever it is that's in your space. And that can kind of bring you down and impact your mindset. And if you have a whole bunch of those little distractions throughout the day, whatever it might be, then that can kind of contribute to greater, it can really impact your productivity throughout the day. So
I believe it. Not to mention not knowing where everything is, or people I have my system. Well, Sure, but maybe is there a better way to do it? Would you like to find ways to be more productive or more interactive or to get things done faster?
Right.
But yeah, like my office, the home office is if you're working in a corporate environment and then you become an entrepreneur, or let's say it's just an office that for a space, maybe it's not, maybe it's just a space that for whatever reason doesn't support. It doesn't inspire you, doesn't support you. If it reminds you of negative things, of struggle or a failure or something, that's going to negatively, that it's negatively anchored. And that's going to affect you. It's going to demotivate you. And when you go in, it's going to make you feel like crap. And of course, it's going to affect your results. So what I tell people, and I'm sure you do too, it's like, get rid of what doesn't inspire you. Get rid of, if you have to do a total change to your space or your office or wherever you work, especially to be successful and happy, inspired, and be at your best. Because when you're happy and inspired, you're at your best. Even Tony Robbins says one of the biggest determinants of success is emotional state management and managing your emotional state. Because if you're in a great state, you're pumped, you're excited, you're powered, you're on fire, you're going to do great things. You're motivated, you take action, you think well, you take risks, you just go out there and boldly, do what you need to do. Versus if you're in a crappy state or feeling down or demotivated or de-stressed or something like that, then the decisions you make or the actions you make, or of course lack of action usually is going to affect you too, right? So fill your space with things that are awesome. I totally changed my office. I put in new lights. I made it brighter. I put daytime bulbs in too to make it nice and bright. I put all my awards and all my plaques and certifications on the wall. So it was like a shrine to me. Putting sayings and slogans in there. I wrote, Unleash Your Power, which is my business name, on a board. And it's like things to do every day that motivate me, and wrote those down too. And just have amazing things that motivate you, inspire you, cool things, funny things. Maybe it's important things to you that someone important in your life gave you, or it's a symbol of success or friendship or love or passion or purpose or something. I think it's important to reorganize our space with this. And to your point, Melissa, declutter.
Yes.
How do people know when it's time to declutter or what is too cluttered, for example? Because I'm a sentimental guy. I have lots of things from my travel and souvenirs from traveling. But again, I keep it fairly clean. When is it too much? Like, when is it too much? How do you know when they need to call you or when they need to declutter?
That's a good question. I would say if it's genuinely impacting your productivity and you're finding that you're kind of feeling stuck, that's kind of one of the biggest indicators as to, I really can't determine what is in alignment with my priorities and my purpose and my values. If that's something you're struggling with, then that's the time to call someone like an organizer, because they can help you genuinely in a lot less time to kind of figure out what really needs to be kept in your space. And that's what I do, is I help people find a really personal solution to the clutter and to really help realign them with their values and their priorities. Because that's something sometimes we lose amongst the clutter, is because we get so distracted. So, we can't focus. So we end up, we can't figure out what those priorities really are. And even we forget to come back to, what is this space actually for? So that can be for any space in your house. This space is it's supposed to motivate me. It's supposed to help me achieve my goals, my bigger goals, and work up to that too. So you want to make sure your space, like you said, is somewhere that you can be motivated by. You can look at, your achievements and say, oh yeah, I did that. And that can help you get invigorated during your day. But yeah, for sure.
And I think it's important too that people have a dedicated space. I mean, the kitchen table is not an ideal one, but if that's all you got, that's all you got, right? But have a dedicated space, whether it's even a corner of your home or office or condo or a corner of somewhere. And to your point, put things in there that motivate you. And I suppose ask yourself, is this helping my productivity? Is this a symbol of success for me and motivation? Or is just helping me, it's just causing me to be more messy, more cluttered minded, more overthinking? Right? Because again, a lot of times I'm with myself in the past to experience, if there's a lot of clutter, a lot of mess in the office, the clutter, disorganization, it can reflect your mindset at the time too. So working on either your mindset first or working on the clutter first, that will also be a metaphor to your brain as well to declutter itself. And I find taking steps and hiring someone like yourself and just decluttering the office or their space is powerful. So we'll take a quick break and we'll go back to come back to part 2, and we'll talk about what you need to do, where you need to go, how to know what to do, and of course some steps you can take to declutter your office.